Crunchy.
Hello, Crunch community. My name is Levi Out Loud. Call me Levi, call me Loud. Just don't call me out. I'm here with Just Chat from Inside Thoughts Productions, and we're reacting to the latest Death Battle episode of Among Us versus Fall Guys. Justin, do you have any predictions about this battle or anything you know about these two series? Not necessarily characters.
I was supposed to play Fall Guys, and then I didn't have time, so my vote's gonna be on Among Us because I played Among Us a lot, and it took up a lot of my time. Like it was like the TikTok for gamers. And
TikTok for gamers.
honestly, it was running everything for a while. Like that was the game to play when you were bored, when you were just sitting doing nothing. Call up your friends. Hey, you guys doing nothing too? We sitting at the bathroom at Six Flags. Let's go ahead and do a few games real quick. Fall
I
Guys.
know you.
I've heard it's popular. Huh?
I didn't know you played Among Us that much.
Uh, Probably not as much as the average gamer, but I definitely played when I had spare time.
For me, it was Town of Salem. Town of Salem. I was playing a lot with a couple of the guys back then, and I was playing the Fortnite version of Among Us for a while.
The version of Among Us?
Yeah, yeah, they took it down because a lot of people were playing it, but
Mm.
I will play that one a lot. And I love Fall Guys. I love Fall Guys. I'm gonna be rooting for them in this match, but I don't think they're gonna carry it because in Fall Guys I don't see them killing each other except for like when you push people off the edge and stuff like that. But I know Among Us they actually kill each other, the imposters.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Among Us, but I think Fall Guys is gonna win. But I haven't been wrong yet.
I think Fall Guys is a little more bulky. They're getting hit by mallets and stuff like that. So I don't know. I really didn't want this match to happen. Honestly, I was really surprised with how popular it was because I thought it was
Yeah,
just so silly. Like
I feel like the obvious answer is Among Us too, just from where it's from.
uh,
But that makes me think Fall Guys is gonna win. But I'm staying with Among Us. I'm staying with it.
well, let's go into it. Um, I hope the animation's nice.
This battle is
I
sponsored
know
by
this is gonna be
Marvel Snap.
a joke of a match.
It's probably gonna be a joke.
The year was 2020. The long wait
I've
as
just
we
seen the last
all
one, Bowser versus
experienced the
Eggman.
most
Ooh, that was
viral
good.
sensation in recent
was
They gotta
good.
take a
years.
break. They gotta take
It
a break
was
episode.
Among Us. Fall Guys was the biggest news that year. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a
That's
death
cute.
battle.
In the lonely dark of space, aboard a malfunctioning vessel, a peculiar crew of bean-shaped astronauts must work together to save their souls from a quiet demise. Tons of stuff could go wrong at any moment, and it's up to these colorful clowns to fix it. Impressive, since their spacesuits don't seem to have any arms.
Oh, that's not actually a suit. That's just how they are.
Wait, what? Ew, why?
More on that later. The tasks they undertake to save their ship require varying degrees of difficulty and skill.
3 foot
It may not take
six.
much to reconnect some
They
wires in the
reproduce
cafeteria, but it
asexually.
certainly does to clear
They like
asteroids when your
Stussy
ship is
Bacchus.
moving faster than light.
Hey, come on, pause
If
that real
that's
quick.
not a suit, then why do they have a cafeteria when they don't
Yeah,
have
Let's
a
go back
mouth?
to those
And-
stats really quick. I have some comments. 3'6" and 92 pounds. That doesn't sound. That sounds like everybody's obese, because I know people who are 100 pounds, but they're like 4'11". You know,
3-6, I think it's
like
fine
I
for
don't think
92
that
pounds.
matches out. No, I feel like everybody is overweight.
I don't know about that. They're running. They got some exercise. You gotta remember they don't have no arms, so you gotta take off. You gotta calculate that.
But I know people who are 4'11" and they weigh literally 100 pounds.
Do
They're
they have
3
do they have their
foot
arms?
six. That should add more weight to them, Levi. That doesn't make any sense.
I'm
Just
just
because they
saying,
look
like,
like Veggie Tales doesn't mean that they should have arms or have not. Like it doesn't matter. And they have hands. But
Oh.
anyway, let's go to this next stat that says they reproduce asexually.
yeah. I don't see Among Us having sex.
I don't understand it. How do they reproduce asexually? They look at you and they just like, yo, I'm not attracted to you at all right now. The sexual tension between us.
Is it like amoebas? Amoebas?
How do amoebas reproduce?
Like they just they just separate into two.
What?
Like bacteria. Like bacteria just.
So what are they? Are these VeggieTale characters that just went to space? Like what is
You played the game more than I did. So I would like you. I thought there was Among Us kids. So
all right, let's go ahead. Maybe they'll explain it. I might have more questions.
And skill. It may not take much to reconnect some wires in the cafeteria, but it certainly does to clear asteroids when your ship is moving faster than light.
If that's not a suit, then why do they have a cafeteria when they don't have a mouth?
At any point, these creatures must draw from medical training, electrical skills, and mechanical know-how.
Okay, but it's total chaos, so teamwork is key. They gotta spread out and trust that while they're all swiping cards, they have each other's backs, right?
Well, success is always uncertain, as though fate has placed some external force that stands between this species and their survival.
There's an imposter among them! I mean, among us, but not
Among-
us, though, right, Wiz? Right?
For the 9th time, I'm not an imposter.
That's just what an imposter would say. They're shape-shifting aliens. They could be anyone, or any mad scientist in a lab coat.
The imposter threatens the pack and pushes them towards extinction by any means necessary. Anything from damaging lights to wrecking the ship's reactor.
Which can be tricky to fix in time, even though imposters are naturally skilled at crawling through the vents. The crewmates need special engineer training to do the same, so not all of them can McLean it up.
All while the imposters conceal their motivations and infiltrate the herd. The others always know something isn't right, and the imposters use that paranoia to motivate their prey into ejecting each other into space, just for being kinda sus.
That's sus.
Yeah, Wiz is the imposter.
He does seem to know an awful lot about these aliens. And
That's
just
all
to put it out
cast.
there, it isn't me.
That's a good point. Have you ever heard him say sus?
No, what do you mean? Knowing a lot is literally my job.
Oh, ear canals!
Ah, jeez, fix your mic, dummy.
I agree with the metal bowling ball.
Well, I knew the sussy baka from the start. And again, just to be very clear, it isn't me.
Same here.
Oh, come on. Anyone could be the imposter, Boomstick. It's completely random.
Random starts with R and so does... Oh, I know who it is. It's always the red one.
Wait, what? But it isn't me! It isn't me!
Oh, right. There's usually 2 imposters.
Dear God.
The imposters aren't just tricksters. They're also hunters,
there a
bloodhounds,
Among Us
tracking
cartoon?
and assassinating crewmates.
I don't know.
who
I
they
see a lot of
suspect.
animations
They'll
I've never
snap their
seen
neck,
before.
stab them with a knife, shoot them with a desert eagle, or use
Oh
their
my
freaking tongues to impale their faces. Oh, God! Right through the visor.
They may look like they're wearing spacesuits, but that's not a visor. That is their actual face. Examining their cross-section reveals their insides always match the color of their bodies, and that they are comprised of exactly one large bone, which must mean their ability to walk is entirely muscle-based. Their whole anatomy is one unsolvable mystery.
Ew! They've got human toes, buff arms for no reason, and can stretch like Mr. Fantastic? What are these
where are they
freaky
getting this
things?
footage
No
from?
one knows.
I've never
They
seen
don't
this
even
before.
exist within the same realm of mortality as
This is
you
that-
or I.
This is that
Even
DLC
if one of them is
content.
killed or ejected into the lifeless void of space, they return as a ghost, invisible, incorporeal, unable to communicate with the living, but nonetheless still among us.
Even beyond death,
Yeah,
they can
you said
plot the demise of other crew.
Or become guardian angels for the living by literally shielding them.
That's gotta be one tough shield, because remember that Desert Eagle they holster? Apparently, that thing also fires a laser that can rip apart whole planets.
Where did this footage come
To
from?
split this planet apart like that would need over 10 non-million tons of TNT.
A number
Oh,
so incomprehensible
why am
you'd
we
have to
thinking
multiply
Fall Guys?
1 billion by 1 billion. Twice.
More than enough to annihilate Earth over 160 million times. Which Seems like overkill for the space vampires they were fighting.
Right, the crew has crossed over with a
What?
variety of other universes. Fortnite, Vampire Survivors, Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator, the classics.
So that's what they're doing this
Including this Henry Stickmin guy. Apparently, he's a kleptomaniac with a surprisingly wide and wacky arsenal all the crew can have.
Desert Eagle-eyed crewmates will find Henry's weapons throughout the ship, like a banana bomb, a teleporter, a ninja star, and a magic pencil that can bring drawings to life.
These creepy Teletubbies can sketch whatever they want into existence, and they're
Creepy
suddenly
Teletubbies.
everywhere I
That's-
look
that's
now.
perfect.
Where's these little trash can people are freaking me out?
In a strange way, all of this makes sense for this fascinating species. In the face of insurmountable odds, something inside tells them to band together no matter what, to use all the tools available and try to survive again and again. On a ship, on strange planets, anywhere they may be, in spite of anything that may be going on in the world. They either fix what's broken or face certain doom. But no matter what, they do it together.
Together! Yeah! Woo!
That shoes. Yeah, manga shoes.
Welcome to the bright, colorful world of...
All right, so I don't know. I'm hoping Fall Guys has some type of feats or something like that.
I don't know where they got that footage from. I literally thought they were just walking jelly beans and that's it. But we about to find out.
Yeah, let's go out how many crossovers they had. But I think Fall Guys has as many crossovers.
The Blunder Dome! Natural habitat to these lovable little beings known as the Fall Guys, who race each other through fun playgrounds with nothing but clear skies
It's such a
above.
fun
These lively obstacle courses showcase their inherent skills and abilities. As if drawn by natural instinct, they hurtle over barriers together and pass through various tests of strength, agility, and mental fortitude.
And it's pretty impressive considering how elaborate these bounce house courses get. How do these weebles wobble through it?
With a shocking level of innate parkour mastery that otherwise hasn't been seen since
6
2006. But honestly, not many of the beans make it, and only one can be crowned the winner. Before everything
I don't even want to look at that.
I do.
So, stars in their own manga. That's cool. Their weight is half of Mike Wazowski.
Half a mic. What? Levi, can you tell me how the hell I'm supposed to know how much Mike Wazowski weighs? Because I've never looked at him and be like, he's about a half a nickel. You know, like I've never looked at him and just known how much he weighs. Like he just looks like a green meatball to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think Sully's able to pick him up, pretty easily.
That still doesn't help me. I don't know how much Sully can pick up. He looks like a strong dude.
I'm not sure. Like he's able to pick up a small child easily, so maybe it's
Anybody can pick up a small child, Levi.
just-
Small
How
children
can-
can pick up small children.
I wouldn't know how big white Mike Wazowski is.
I
I don't
don't
think he's
even
that
know.
heavy. I don't think he's that heavy. Maybe like a box full of books. Maybe that.
And their height is 6 foot, half of Mike Wazowski. Mike Wazowski looks like a pretty hefty dude, right? So, I mean, I feel like everybody in this should be almost too skinny. You know,
Possibly, yeah.
like everybody's overweight in Among Us, but here it's the opposite.
Yeah, man, they going through obstacles and stuff like that.
We're about to find out.
starts all over again.
Which makes for some very friendly competition, like survival of the fittest, but for a bunch of candy grimaces. They'll grab, shove, and slam into each other to make it out on top, or even roll up
Ooh,
into a
SpongeBob
ball and
fans.
launch
They
across
almost
the
made me
course.
change my vote.
Self-preservation be damned.
And over
Yeah,
time,
they
the
have
beans
a
have
SpongeBob
evolved
collab.
to higher levels of, let's call it imagination. The engineer Digi invented the creative
almost changed
device
my
so the
vote.
beans could start making and designing new obstacles and challenges for themselves. as well as additional tools like wrecking balls,
is a huge fan of
wind-up
SpongeBob.
boxes for punching foes, and
Yes,
even
I am.
translators that make their nonsensical language intelligible.
But even at their best, they're still just flinging themselves over these obstacles like a bunch of drunken lemmings.
This species seems to have a biological urge to navigate these courses for one singular purpose. Get that crown.
I mean, if I could be king for a day, I'd push you off a cliff right now.
Very funny. Get away from me.
Things in the Plunder Dome can get wild. We've seen these goobers get smacked by giant mallets and fall into actual hot lava, but they always pop back up at the qualification stage later, completely unharmed. Somehow.
These remarkable creatures have demonstrated some dumbfounding durability, such as getting struck by meteors. That's a hit anywhere from 18 tons of TNT to 15 kilotons. But they still get
Michael
right back up to Rube Goldberg themselves straight through another obstacle course.
On top of that, they were hit with the Big Bang and came out the other side completely fine. Wait, what? Did I just say the Big Bang? Why do we even mention the meteor? Who cares? Their suits are basically indestructible.
Boomstick, I hate to tell you this.
No.
Those aren't really...
Don't say it.
Those aren't actually suits. That's their skin.
Oh, man. People were getting weird back in 2020. Didn't they have better things to do?
With only arms, legs, and eyes, there must be some genetic mechanism inside the beans that causes them to be self-sustaining. Though after some dissection, it's unclear. This is an official image, by the way.
I don't know what's more upsetting, that skeleton or the fact that these jelly beans are 6 friggin' feet tall.
Imagine bumping into this thing in a dark alleyway. No, thank you.
So, this means when you start the game, you're just flat out naked?
Absolutely
just
not.
Swinging away. Beans in the wind.
Strange such nakedness would be allowed, considering what's actually happening is the Fall Guys are contestants in a non-stop 24/7 game show, the ultimate knockout. Yeah, that's what's actually happening here. So what might be misconstrued as some sort of migration cycle is really a brutal, never-ending gauntlet that takes advantage of their tunnel vision.
So it's like the Truman Show mixed with Wipeout and Naked and Afraid. What happened to them being just colorful cartoon beans?
And they survive to keep playing the game no matter what. The game makers have said that when the beans fall to their death, they feel a moment of displacement, serenity, zen-like detachment from all worldly and physical bonds. Then they pop back onto the podium to celebrate their achievements. That's an official quote.
They've also said they're strong enough to rip someone in half and can stretch their bodies so far they pass beyond the observable universe.
Oh God, the Twitter feeds.
Oh yeah! January 18th, 2022, 9:14 a.m. The Fall Guy stretched so far, he exited the universe as we know it, and then he kept going.
Speaking of universes, the Fall Guys have seen dozens of guest stars from other stories and have learned from their cultures, like flying around in the TARDIS of Doctor Who fame, wielding He-Man's power sword, launching Ryu's iconic Hadouken, or even just becoming Pac-Man. They just become Pac-Man. They're Pac-Man.
They become
Wiz,
Pac-Man.
I know we've seen some crazy things on the show, but these 6 feet tall jelly bean monsters eat food through their feet. What are we about to rot upon the world? Is this cute and colorful reality an endless void of darkness and despair? Revelations of disturbances too catastrophic for the human mind to process? A vicious cycle on this blue marble surrounded by mouthless, dead-eyed beans.
Pretty much.
Ah, cool. Let's see them fight.
I might want to change the name. I'm not gonna.
All right. I think I'm still going to go with Fall Guys. I think they have more durability. I don't think anything can kill them with whatever arsenal Among Us have. Among Us has a way of dealing damage, but I just think Fall Guys is just their skin is too tough. Their skin is too tough, Justin. But
I agree. I'm going to keep my answer, but I definitely think that Fall Guys is going to win. So you know what? I am going to I'm going to say, Levi, this might be my first loss, and it was a good run that I had.
with Among Us, you're going with Among Us.
I'm going to stay with Among Us.
All right,
that's who I had at the beginning. I'm not going to change my answer. I'm not going to change.
You know, honestly, there's going to be a loser Among Us.
You need to play the video now.
All right.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
That was good.
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death
Deep down, I'm just a Fall Guy.
battle!
Nope. It is winter.
Mongus died already.
Is that manga character just twerk?
I have no idea what's going on. Just laid a smackdown, Justin. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Oh, the pencil. I didn't expect this. No. What the? Hey, he's doing the Fortnite dance. Hey.
Oh, when's the next episode? This is my new favorite show. Move over, Chimp Crazy.
We broke this down into 3 categories: offense, defense, and the bizarre. Let's start with offense.
I mean, the bogus among us could blow up planets, not to mention moving faster than light to hit all those planets in one shot. It's kind of out there, but no Fall Guy has ever done anything like that. The crewmates clearly get the edge in offense.
Though that impressive power matters less when we look at defense.
It's crazy how much damage the Fall Guys can walk off. They survived anything their course threw at them, took hits from meteors, and most importantly, survived the Big Bang. You know, the explosion that blew the whole freaking universe into existence? Easy edge for the bumbling beans.
We can even go a step further. Both of these creatures have demonstrated various forms of invulnerability and death negation, like how the Fall Guys could always pop back up for another round, or how the crewmates became ghosts when they die. However, only the Fall Guys had a viable counter. Only the Fall Guys could ensure that their foe stays dead.
Pac-Man, they can become Pac-Man, who, you know, eats ghosts.
Brilliant.
Which leads us to the truly bizarre stuff about both of these beanie freaks.
They could both stretch their bodies to absurd lengths, but only the Fall Guys stretch beyond the observable universe in a matter of minutes. In fact, if we take these posting times literally, that would mean the Fall Guys can stretch at speeds over a quadrillion times faster than light.
I don't know, Wiz. That feels like a bit of a stretch.
No.
Wink.
The crewmates did have plenty of answers to the Fall Guys' hijinks, like a magic
love it.
pencil sword to fight off He-Man's power sword, or how they could potentially hack Digi's creations.
But the overwhelming amount of stuff that the Fall Guys have access to just dwarfs the Among Us crew's arsenal. I mean, Hadoukens, TARDIS, just the tip of the iceberg. Yeah, the spaceship crew had a few deadlier weapons among them, but the Fallen Guys had too many options that could not be countered.
The crewmates may have been cunning
Was
and
that
dangerous,
that
but
one?
the one-track-minded Fall Guys just wouldn't go down.
Making sure the losers of this fight were no longer among us.
Oh no, we never found the second imposter!
Ah, damn it, I knew that stupid robot was sus.
Sigh. So embarrassing.
The winner is the Fall Guys. And me.
Next time on Death.
All right. But all right, Justin, your first calculated loss on the channel. You did have a few other loss off stream
Yeah, we're not talking about that.
when we weren't recording.
Yeah.
So, but this is your
Mm.
first recorded loss in the
Yeah.
history of this channel. How does it feel knowing that the first loss that took you was Among Us versus Fall Guys?
That makes me think that like this one wasn't worth it. 1, 2. I did say, you know what, Fall Guys is probably going to win, but
And then,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
you
stick
still
with
chose
my
Among
guns.
Us.
Yeah, I
you still-
did because I needed to stick with my guns. Among Us were my dudes. So, but I should have known being 3'6" and being 100 or 94 pounds should have been my first clue that they weren't going to win.
I mean, your first clue was that Fall Guys actually had a SpongeBob collaboration. That was
That should
was
have been.
fake.
I should have
was
changed
fake.
my answer.
That was
I
fake.
really should have.
You
Once
suck.
once they had SpongeBob, I should have changed my answer. That was the sign. Like, Justin, you need to change your answer.
But yeah, I kind of expected. I really thought that Among Us might win before coming to novelization because they actually have a way to win damage. But then just think about it, like Fall Guys has been through the rough and tumble. They're just like almost indestructible beings. They're really creepy. But
yeah,
let's go and see what they have on next time for Death Battle.
Death battle.
Oh! Way to
Subscribe
go!
and join as a member to see
Kratos
more
versus
Death
Asura
Battle. Thanks for
fans.
watching.
This
Finally
battle is sponsored
rejoined.
by Marvel Snap.
So if you weren't if you're not familiar with that, Justin, it's Kratos from God of War versus Asura from Asura's Wrath. I've told you a lot about this before, that that this match has been highly requested from probably like the beginning of Death Battle, and it is credible to see it. I do want to see it, but not as much as people do want to see it, just because I think Asura is just gonna totally stomp. But oh yeah, this is gonna be like the match for men. This is two roided out dudes just duking it out with fists and blades and shit like that.
Oh, did you want my opinion on that?
Yeah, I mean, did you play God of War before? Do you
I haven't.
know God of War?
I know who Kratos is, but that's it.
You ever played a single game of it?
Nope.
I played
Probably
God of
you could.
War 1. I played God of War 1. And then I always wanted to play the new God of War games that came out, but I haven't been able to. I heard God of War 3 was really amazing, but it is, if you really like mythology, it's just really cool. You're just a dude going around killing gods.
Oh,
Yeah. Like Zeus and
that's who
Hermes.
Kratos kills, or
Yeah, that's who Kratos is.
I want to go for Kratos.
Yeah, and then Asura is this one dude that I don't remember his story that much, but he might just be also like a demigod. So Yeah.
Well, I won't make my vote until I know the stats this time. Can't play the guessing game anymore because the guessing game has not worked. Well, actually, I knew who Among Us was. I didn't know the stats on Fall Guys before I chose, and that was an issue. So I'll wait on the stats this time.
All right. Do you have any final thoughts? How'd you like the battle? How'd you like the battle?
I thought it was fun. It was cute. It was cute.
It was fun and cute. I thought it was like very like the first half of it. I was like, huh, the budget on this must have been like $2. But then it started getting enjoyable.
It started getting better. I mean, that's the same thing that happened with Bowser and Eggman. Like it started out like pretty simple. It started out simple.
I thought Bowser and Eggman was great from the beginning to end.
I didn't say it wasn't bad.
You're saying, I mean, just the quality of it. I don't mean like the climatic side of it. I mean, because like for the first beginning, it was just like a slideshow of eliminated. And then they had like the obstacle background, which I can imagine they can't like really make like the actual background. So like they kind of had like a little backdrop, which look really disorientating a little bit. But overall, it was really fun. I really like. I didn't expect to see a really theatrical fight between the two alien beings.
It was good. It was good.
Yeah.
It was cute.
Yeah. But all right, cool. Yeah. Anything else, Justin?
That's all I got.
All right, cool. All right, guys. Well, let us know what you think about this death battle, Among Us versus Fall Guys. Let us know down below. Like and subscribe. All in all, stay crunchy. And a final shout out to JustChat for joining us from Inside Thoughts Productions. You know, sorry, just that you had to lose. As I said before, there is a loser among us. Thank you, everybody.